What's going on, guys? It's Wednesday evening, and that means it's bump date time. We're just hanging out, chatting with our second screen Instagram family. They just got the pleasure of the last 30 seconds of starting. Oh man, what's going on? Okay, that one paused for some reason. They got the pleasure of the last 30 seconds of the pre-show intro, where we started the Instagram live and realized that the computer was almost dead. So we're back on track. We're here, ready to rock. Ready to rock?
I've fallen asleep twice already today.
You fell asleep with Zeke.
Yeah.
You're really pushing for bed, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Special bump date tonight because something been needed to do for the office for some of the webinars and things we do was get a webcam. So we're using something that's a little nicer than the everyday, laptop camera.
Do I look beautiful?
And we got a webcam.
I feel like
hooked up, running right now. Color's a little weird. I feel like you can adjust the settings and mess with it more.
I feel like my lips look sunburned.
I don't know.
Don't they look extra red?
Do we look good?
No.
Don't be the judge. Let them be the judge. All right. So we're 23 weeks.
What's the baby the size of today?
You don't even know? I was going to ask you.
Well, I don't.
Is it a papaya or
I don't even know.
Corn on the cob?
Oh, that's right.
Is that it?
Corn on the cob. 11, an ear of corn.
We are up to an ear of corn.
11.4 inches and 1.1 pounds. Why, if the baby is only 1.1 pounds, have I gained more than 1.1 pounds?
Because you've gained placenta, you've gained blood volume.
What does that mean? What does blood volume mean? Because
volume
I feel like,
blood.
Yeah, but I think I'm tricking myself into thinking I actually notice. But sometimes I feel like I really do notice. I feel like my arms, I feel like I'm literally, it's harder to lift my arms up. Or it's harder to just.
Because there's more blood?
I don't know, it just feels heavier.
Are you getting weaker?
No. I just don't think I've gained 11 pounds in my arm.
No, probably haven't.
So why would it be hard to move my arm if this is not where I gained the weight?
Not sure that it is harder.
It is harder. It's really hard. You should see me try to run. It's like moving cement.
It's not moving your arms, it's moving your legs.
Well, that's a different thing. My legs feel it too.
Have any other pregnant moms experienced their arms being heavy?
Not just my arms, just my whole self.
Your whole body is feeling heavier because it's heavier.
That's rude.
That's just facts.
But seriously, it feels like they're heavier.
I don't know.
Do they feel heavier to you?
I don't know what they felt like before.
I'll do dead weight.
That is the exact perfect heaviness of an arm. Got the perfectest arms.
You're annoying.
Great. How many minutes did we get into before I was annoying? 3 minutes here. So pregnancy's fun. More so for me than you, I would say. Hey, Danielle's joining live. Usually you get the last couple seconds.
You're really tired. You must be.
Are you Yoda? You're really tired. You must be. Can you give us a wave or something, sis, if you're watching? She's on the other side of the world, so usually this doesn't work out so well.
Yeah, she has to watch the replays.
Which then we'll get a bunch of comments randomly someday of, is this watching all bump dates?
Yeah.
Also, internet's sketchy though, so maybe she can't really tune in.
Do you want to give me a foot massage?
Maybe later. So what's going on in pregnancy? Fill in the tribe. There's a cat. She's here.
What's going on in pregnancy is that I want a foot massage, and my husband is not giving me one.
I do give you foot massages, just not right
Sometimes.
now.
So there's this common I don't know what the word is. Misnomer. That
I don't know what you're going to say, but that's a word.
Chiropractors are massage therapists. And I will be the first to tell you that this chiropractor is not a massage therapist. He is the worst. And I think he kind of does that in rebellion to the belief that chiropractors are massage therapists. I don't know how many times when I tell people that he's a chiropractor, they say like something about me getting free massages. So I was like, what are you talking about? Do you get free massages from your husband? Because I don't.
You get plenty of massages.
No, we actually had to buy a tool.
Okay, that's just like those.
What are
it's like
the-
those
where is
random plastic knobs.
It's right here. We got it for,
You said it's right here, and you have no idea where
yeah,
it
it
is.
was right here. We got it for Zeke's birth, thinking that like
It's just like one of those little knobs that has a few pokers on it.
during labor, we thought, maybe I would want my back rubbed, and that would be a good tool to use to like save some manpower, and also already being aware that he's the worst at massages, that we got this little plastic tool. And it actually helps because he doesn't complain that much about rubbing my back if I say, will you rub it with this little plastic tool? But anyway, yes, chiropractors are not massage therapists.
Why are we talking about massages?
Because my feet hurt and you're not
I-
rubbing them.
I rub your feet multiple times a week.
But it's not like an actual foot massage. It's like a couple minutes of squeezing my feet until I'm done complaining.
Give you my all.
All is not good enough. That is one thing that I've noticed with this pregnancy is that my feet hurt. Where,
I'm trying to teach you that short foot exercise.
yeah, I cannot
It's
do
hard.
it. If anybody knows what the short foot
So it's
exercise
basically,
is,
imagine my hand being a foot. This is your leg. The goal is to work those muscles in the arch without flexing the toes and crunching them up. So really it should just be pulling up on the arch. So you just let your foot rest on the ground and then contract those muscles and pull the arch up. This is actually a really good way to see it.
yeah, except
But
it's a lot harder. with
Try to
your
do
foot.
it next time your shoe's off. You can't do it easily without Instagram's messing up. All right, you can't do it. It's really difficult to do without crunching and squeezing your whole foot up. But that movement is really helpful for stabilizing, building up the intrinsic muscles of the foot that support that arch. So I was trying
That's
to get her
why-
to do that. And
Felt like an idiot.
it's one of those things. Oh, here, let's do this. Okay, do you guys know the game of you cross your hands like this, and then you twist them up?
You just want me to look like a
No,
fool on
just
Twitter
focus.
interwebs.
Lift up this finger. I thought you were gonna get
I
it.
tried really hard to get it.
So when we were doing this,
I don't have very good body awareness.
sorry, we keep getting messages and it's messing up the Instagram feed here. Just too popular, I guess.
That's it.
What were we talking about?
My foot.
Oh yeah, it's just one of those things that it's hard to control certain aspects of your body like that, like awareness of, okay, pick the right finger.
But that is one thing that a lot of women say after pregnancy, their feet have grown like a half size in shoe sizes, but your foot hasn't really grown. It's your
Yeah.
arch collapsing. And so now I'm really nervous that because my feet have been hurting this pregnancy, my arch is collapsing. And I mean, I don't have any, like they don't seem bigger, but I'm just getting nervous because they have hurt like more significantly than they ever did with Zeke. So that's one thing that I need to figure out how to control
Or
my.
you need to keep practicing the.
That's what I'm saying. I need to figure out how to control my foot to. But so far, it's not going well.
Have you tried again?
No,
It takes trying for a while.
I tried that one time and then I got mad.
That's the story of our lives. Hey, so we've got more people on now than when we started this.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned that this is first bump date or webinar with how many weeks are we? We are 23 weeks. First bump date with the new webcam, and we were talking about kind of need to adjust some settings because we look funny.
Do my lips look sunburned?
Now there's people on here that could actually answer us. Do we look funny? Or is this the normal BUMPdate look?
I think my lips look sunburned.
I don't know. I feel like my face is all blotchy. But maybe that's just my face.
I don't like it.
So new camera needs tuned in a little bit, I guess. Needs an adjustment.
I think we need a tan
We also need a tan.
in real life.
Some sun.
Anyway, because we obviously try to look really good during this.
Yeah. What are some thoughts on? Yeah, we were talking about, what do we want to share? What do we want to chat about for BUMPdate this week? One of them was the fact that life is a lot busier this time than it was last time. And that's saying something, because last time was deep into the amazing internship at PwC with Nikki. See you hanging out here. It was preparing for Part 4 boards, new place. There's a lot going on, but none of that compares to having a kid already, having a business, you being in the office the last couple months. So life's a lot crazier this time around, and we haven't really been able to think or prepare as much for the actual birth.
Yeah. Kind of stresses me out. But then again, this baby's coming out no matter what. So that's reassuring that I don't have to prepare to have the baby come out. I just have to be there. And then the baby will come out.
Yes and no, because and we talk all the time about how important preparation is.
But I'm hoping that it's kind of like muscle memory in some ways. That
I think over these last couple months we need to revisit a lot of our favorite resources for both the physical, practical tips of working through those surges, as well as just the what was I trying to say, the mental preparation.
Yeah,
because that was one of the things
mental
that you
game is not there right now.
And you said afterwards, like that was one of the most important parts. It's not just physical preparation. It's a very specific mental, emotional preparation as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes from, we have that from the standpoint of the right birth team, the right resources, the right people. But it also takes kind of cultivating that yourself with its, what's her name? Mama Natural talks a lot about she has some affirmation cards and things like that. And that's not really so much what you're into. Some of the birth classes and things had you make some, but it was more so just knowing what the end goal is and realizing that to get to that, you got to go through labor and you got to push through and you got to keep that end goal in mind because it's a pretty amazing end goal.
And
end result.
Just being aware of what is happening.
Yeah.
Helped me a lot because if I knew the reason why something was happening, it was easier to tolerate. I remember a couple weeks before giving birth, what do they call it? Electric crotch or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if those who have had babies have experienced what the cool kids call electric crotch, or something similar to electricity going up your lady bits. And it's like the sharp pain all of a sudden.
This is on the internet. It lives forever.
Whatever. And I was real freaked out that this sharp pain was happening.
Like sharp twinges.
Yeah. It wasn't pain, I guess, but it was what is that wrong? What's going on? But in mentioning it to the midwives, and the OBs, because we were under concurrent care at the time, they both said that that's just your cervix.
It's
thinning?
Basically some of the connective tissue around the pelvic floor, around the cervix, is slowly kind of opening and breaking apart.
Yeah.
So it's like if some of those fine bands of connective tissue, it's like a rubber band that if you were, a thin rubber band, you kept stretching and stretching and stretching, eventually it's going to kind of snap and release. And so that's kind of what the connective tissue is doing. It's pulling and stretching, and then small bits and pieces of it are going to have that release, which is those sharp but really temporary twinges.
But as soon as they explained that to me and said what it was, and I realized this is normal and there's a reason, and it's actually a really good reason because it's my body getting ready for baby. It didn't hurt anymore because my brain was perceiving it as something good rather than something bad, and because my brain wanted this baby out. So it literally, like, I didn't ever
Then
notice
you viewed
it
it as
that
a
much.
positive thing.
Yeah, I was
A lot of
excited
the-
whenever I had electric crotch. How many women could say that?
It keeps coming up. Couple thoughts. Natalie, midwife Natalie mentioned KT tape, which is a good idea for the feet and the ankles. So I'll have to review some of that. Also, requests for, we mentioned favorite pregnancy resources to review. What are some of those favorite pregnancy resources?
The birth partner was really big in I am not the partner, I am the birther, but it was really helpful to know.
It's good for mom too.
Yeah, just know, kind of be on the same page. Birth partner was huge. Very practical tips and
a lot of positioning, like try laboring in this position. Really good for the mindset as well.
Ina May Guide to Childbirth was really good.
She's the super crazy crunchy lady.
And midwife, like the leader in the midwifery world. It was really good for the psychological aspect of just getting my mind right and reminding me this is normal. Like, this is not something scary. This is not something to be fearful of. This is something that every woman can do. Like, their bodies are created for it. And so that was helpful when I was getting a lot of negative things thrown at me about, when people heard I was going to try to do it natural, I got a lot of, okay, well, just get the epidural. It's fine. Just get it. Or, not super supportive things telling me that it hurts really, really bad, so I'm never going to be able to do it. I would read a couple pages of her book or just read some stories.
Because the way it's set up was a lot of like short stories of a birth or something like that.
So it just helped kind of like get my mind back into where it needed to be. Now Mama Natural, the week-by-week guide to childbirth has been really good when I read it and not yelling at my toddler. I think those were the main ones.
Yep.
That I really enjoyed.
If any of you expecting moms or birth workers tuning in, share your favorite resources as well. We can kind of compile a list for everyone hanging out. Same for YouTube comments or anything like that. Share your favorite resources.
But I was very specific on not reading or putting myself in a situation that I would hear negative or fearful birth stories.
Which is hard.
Which is really hard because that's really all that people want to talk about. So I think that is just as important as it is to read.
Put in the good stuff. Get rid of the bad.
Don't read the scary stories on the internet or listen to even family members. I had to walk away from distant family members that we didn't hang out with all the time, but they were not super aware of what their words were doing to my mind. So I had to leave the room for a couple minutes just to calm down.
None of that negativity.
Because I'm a little bit emotional anyway, and then whenever you add in the whole defensiveness about trying to have a home birth for the first time and hormonal because I'm pregnant. This time it's a lot easier though, because once people know you've had one home birth, they don't really try to tell you otherwise.
It's a good way to shut them up.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's impossible that something can go wrong or you never have to not do that, but you don't really have as many naysayers.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing, is needing to get back into birth mode before week 39.
But I do remember there is a very distinct switch that happens in the mom brain of I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And then all of a sudden it's Get this baby out of me. I want to go into labor.
Done.
Yeah. And so that switch has not happened yet. I'm not ready to have this baby for so many reasons. Mainly this ugly orange couch.
Not sure the connection.
Nesting.
So some good stuff today. Got to hang out with some mom friends. Had an awesome time sharing this morning with the Breastfeeding Center of Pittsburgh and their medical director, their lactation consultants. Had a chance to meet with them and do a presentation on the role of breastfeeding and newborn challenges in the spine and the nervous system and chiropractic care, which they were extremely interested in and really well received, and stoked that we have such great resources and providers in the area for the moms in our practice who need that specific lactation consultant help. But anyways, since that was happening, I was gone. Office was shut down this morning, as you all know. So you got a chance to hang out with some mom friends that you haven't as much recently, which is good.
It's amazing what 3 toddlers can do in a few hours. I really wish I would have taken a before and after picture of my friend's living room. It was a nightmare. It was like the worst that they have done for a while. Once they started moving, and
we've seen some pretty brutal playroom destruction at the office.
It was bad, but I think it's because we were all just wanting to talk that we just kind of let them go ham on the
Let them run wild.
Yeah.
And you said it was Zeke was having a little bit of a rough day, being a little bit of a troublemaker.
Yeah. Zeke was having a rough morning. He was not being super kind to his friends. We're 22 months now, and
parenting an almost 2-year-old's tough.
He doesn't have a lot of patience, and
gets it from his mom.
You can't reason with him well yet. It's not like you can have conversations as why smacking your friend in the face is not a very kind thing to do. And so we're at this in between.
We can and you can't. Like you can, but it doesn't stick.
Right. You have to like keep saying it, and then sharing is a thing because he is the only child on both sides of our family. He's the only first grandchild.
Families.
Yes. First grandchild on both sides of the family. So any family gathering, it's a bunch of adults surrounding this one child playing in the middle of the floor. So all the toys are his toys. All the toys here are his toys. All the toys at the office are his toys. Because
all the attention is his.
Yeah. So it's really hard not to spoil him when he's around, when it's just a natural thing. Like obviously all the attention is on him because who else is gonna get the attention? So it's hard to like blame him. I blame our siblings who have not had children yet for making my son mean.
Yeah, that's this. You're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, they're across the world, so their kids get a break. But yeah, it's just a hard thing. Disciplining him right now is hard. It's important and we're trying, but I will put a PSA out there that I'm sorry if my child screams in your face because he is learning.
Or smacks you in the head.
He's learning.
Get smacked in the head regularly, then he's in trouble.
It's never malicious. It's just like he doesn't understand that that's not good yet.
It's like excited playing and stuff.
Yeah.
Newsflash, parenting's hard.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Quite excited about the newborn stage because thinking back, that was kind of easy in the sense that I was dead tired to the world. Like I was useless to the world, but they slept all the time. Anywhere you went, they slept.
It's a good life.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And now see why they come out so little and sleep 20 hours out of the day.
Need some recoup time.
Yeah. So that's been our...
Speaking of sleep, fell asleep on his own, kind of.
Today a miracle happened. He was acting crazy town, and our child has never been a child that we lay down in a crib or on a bed and he goes to sleep by himself. He's always been nursed to sleep, rocked to sleep, or laid down with until he fell asleep. And today he was acting crazy town after our play date, talking, reading books, playing.
Like when you were in bed, ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, it was like lights were off. It was bedtime or nap time. And I needed a little moment before I lost my cool. So I said, I'm going to go potty and I will be back later in a little bit. So I went over to our room and I turned on the monitor and he was still laying down and his little eyes were just looking around and he was talking a little bit and playing. And then he fell asleep by himself.
It's crazy.
And then I just didn't know what to do. But then tonight I chickened out to do it again for bedtime, and then I fell asleep with him. And did I fall asleep again on the couch before this?
Yeah, that's how we ended up with angry Laura. It's good. But yeah, it was cool that he fell asleep on his own, and hoping that it continues.
I really hope it wasn't just
Be okay with that?
something sent from like a miracle one time, or like is this a new thing?
It's a new thing. It's the new thing.
You're more confident than
I always am. Every time goes to nap, I always say it's going to be a 3-hour nap. I believe it every
I.
time.
Never is.
Sometimes right, usually not.
Yeah. So parenting is hard. To recap, parenting is hard. Birthing a child is hard.
No, it just takes preparation and focus.
I mean, it's still hard.
Yeah.
Pregnancy is hard. I can't breathe.
Your life is so hard.
My feet hurt, and my husband
Anything good?
is horrible at foot massage.
You could. I'm gonna not speak.
Anything good?
Literally nothing good in your amazing, easy life.
Amazing, easy life. You're funny.
She needs some perspective.
I mean, it's good. I'm excited about a baby. We did some nesting this past weekend. I had planned to put you to work this weekend.
Just moved around dressers, got furniture moving.
Yeah, there's some good.
So that's good.
Uh-huh.
This is what we got going on. I feel like every bump date ends with me saying something along the lines of, or exactly, this is what I deal with.
This is what I deal with.
Foot massages.
Foot squeezes. He does this for
And
my
foot adjustments. That's your favorite.
Foot adjustments are great.
That inferior metatarsal head.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one, huh?
Mm-hmm. All right,
Now everyone's going to want feet adjustments.
I want to go to sleep now. Like for real life in a bed.
Not on the couch again.
No.
Even though it's a great couch.
This couch is the worst couch ever. Did you guys know that?
Danielle said Laura's life is always hard.
Thank you.
I think she's mocking you.
I think she might be.
Because it's not.
All right. Now we're just rambling.
Oh, the rest of this wasn't rambling.
Wow.
All right. Peace out. New webcam. 23 weeks. Corn on the cob.
What? Ear of corn.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, but corn on the cob sounds weird.
All right.
Oh, we still need a baby name, so.
Oh, yeah. That's just assume that's for the next, how many weeks do we have left?
I don't know. He didn't tell me.
We talked about it Saturday some. Went on the
Okay.
incline for the first time this Saturday in Pittsburgh, which was cool. Up to Mount Washington.
Uh-huh. Scariest thing ever.
That is some old school machinery. Like
Yeah.
it's literally just two cables yanking you up a cliff.
Yeah. But we talked
cool.
about
I liked it.
names and still don't have any. So I need ideas for boy names that sound good with Ezekiel.
They don't have to like go with the family.
Yeah, because I'm going to be yelling at them at the same time. Zeke and
Meek. That's why Miko's a perfect pup, because Zeke's and Meeks. Yeah.
I came up with
Miko,
a
come
name,
here.
Dominic, to
Come
call
here.
him Nico. But then I was
Miko's
like,
back.
we can't have a Zeke and a Meek and
Miko's
a
2 weeks in a
Nico.
row.
Nico and
Oh, look
Miko.
at that sleepyhead. That's the sleepiest pup.
Does anybody want a Shih Tzu?
I love it when Miko makes bump date appearances. This is like, you guys see him in his like best, like this super fluffy, cuddly monster. But he's also annoying.
Mm-hmm.
very frequently annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the dream dog that Laura wanted, just a cuddle bug. Except now you don't like to be touched.
I hate
ever.
being touched now. Go touch all the time. Any other
Look at
moms
his
touched
face.
out? Oh my gosh. We need to get off of
I
here.
think we need to hold him closer
This
to the
is
Zoom.
going downhill quickly.
No, Miko's always a highlight.
He's
Who wants more?
whining.
Who
He's
wants
really
more?
upset
Who
right
wants
now.
more Miko in the bump days? Me and Miko.
So Nico and Miko?
No, Meeks and Zeeks and
Nico and Nico.
whatever. To be determined. Zeke Jr. is still on the table, as well as Zeke's preferences of pizza and puppy.
Yeah.
All right, we getting out of here?
Yeah.
Isaac has a submission for the name.
Ooh, what is it?
Send.
Well, if you don't want to say.
Waiting.
No, because that'll take a while.
How long does it take Wi-Fi to travel to India and back? Anyone know that? There's kind of a delay between like live and actually live too.
Okay, goodbye.
See ya. We'll see your name submission later, I guess.
Goodbye, goodbye.
All right. Have a good night, guys.